What's up, my 1111 YouTube friends? Big weekend on Project Race Sled. Trent and I are gonna go through and start putting this thing back together. We have a pile of parts to be able to put back on this thing. I have been spending the last couple weeks running all over town, sandblaster, powder coater, getting the shocks redone, getting them recoated, getting this piece, that piece, decals, you name it. Tons of stuff, new seat cover. Things are gonna happen big this weekend. A lot of things are gonna go back on. Thanks for all the comments in the last video. Canada, you guys are showing up pretty well. A lot of people from Canada putting in where they're from. I love reading where everybody is from. This week's comment challenge is, what is your current ride? What are you riding? What's your current snowmobile that you're riding? And if you don't have one, because I know a lot of people watch the videos that don't have one anymore, but still watch the videos because they love watching us build these. What was your last ride you had? What was the last sled you rode? And I'll have another comment challenge in the next video. So let's just start off with that. What is your current sled that you're riding right now? Or what was your last sled that you had? So big weekend. We're gonna get tons of stuff done. Enjoy the video. All right, quick stop at my decal lady to get, oh, would you look at these? Look at those trailing arm stickers. And more of those stickers. She nailed it again. There we have it, a quick snap of the fingers and all the parts are done. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get these on the sled. They look awesome. Just awesome. Pretty loud in here. Pretty cool looking. All right, it's here to see my man Clinton from Race Coatings to pick up the skis.
How you doing, Todd?
Absolutely excellent.
Good to see you. Let me grab them for you quick.
Yep. Oh, my man, them things are gorgeous. What did you do to them?
Turned out pretty fabulous.
Yep.
We ran them through the vibratory polisher for about a half hour. They turned out mint. We didn't have to glass bead them or anything. That was a great specimen, though. Those are nice skis.
Those were nice.
Nice
Yep.
line there.
Absolutely. What else do you do here, Clinton?
So we specialize in thermal barrier exhaust coatings. We're really known for our ceramic chrome, which is like the super shiny ceramic that everybody loves on their greasy triples.
I've done a few sets.
So any of the pipes we can do in ceramic, they're all stocking, and then everything on the board is also stocking. So we do specialize in powder, sandblasting, different types of media. If you want glass or walnut, we can do it all here.
So it's, when you say stocking, these are all in your in-house colors that you have available, right?
We have them. Some of
Yep.
these guys in here we're going to have to order, but everything on this board we have. And there's actually a lot of different factory colors. We got some factory Polaris, more Polaris. We got some Skidoo colors. So most of the stuff, if you just come on in, we got it.
Excellent. Clinton's always been a great supporter of all of our projects. Thanks again, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't matter if it's a snowmobile or a John Deere tractor. Clinton's on it for us. Thanks again. And racecoatings.com, Wyoming, Minnesota.
Yes.
Looks like he wants to get back to work already. All right, thanks again, bud.
Thank you.
Trenton inventorying the powder coated stuff here, pulling out the XCR 800 trailing arms right now.
Yep.
He's just starting to work on putting the skid all back together too with the powder coated stuff we just got back. So we cleaned up the slide rails. Oh, they look just gorgeous. The zinking on the rubber mounts and stuff still look great. But he just cleaned them all up. Clean them all up. He's just got them drying over here in front of the furnace. Got a few parts here spread out on his bench. He just parts washed all the rods, and he's going to start assembling everything. And in no time, he'll have a skid all built here. We'll come back to that. You'll see more of this once I get it actually stapled on and get it all fastened down. But here's the new 95, 96 XCR covers that I'm making. Here's one of the first of 6 on the sled. That's what will be going on Project Race Sled here. But once we get it all mounted, it'll look a lot different. Trenton working on reassembling the rear skid here. Using the Polaris Bible to make sure everything's going back together correctly. Working on the front trailing arms right now. Got the new decals put on that I had my decal lady made me. All I did was send her a picture with the tape measure next to it, and boom, she makes these things. It's just crazy. So getting this all back together so we can start putting it on the chassis. Trenton, seems like you got a few hours into this skid.
Yeah.
Just fighting you, isn't it?
Every step of the way.
Yeah, this whole adding Fox shocks to a skid that never ran Fox shocks is not the easiest thing. So we've had to do some clearance and grinding and referring to the book, and it's not been an easy task for Trenton to get back together. But he's getting it. It's looking like a complete skid. I'm getting a little bit done over here too. I've got the trailing arms just temporarily mounted. I got to mount the sway bar bushings, and then I'm going to take those bolts back out, get all that hooked up, get the bolts in, then start running the radius rods. I'm just about to rivet in the tunnel protectors. Got them clecoed into place, and I'll get some rivets in to protect the tunnel from them studs that we put in. A little bit at a time. It's happening. Things are going together. I can hear Trenton over here pumping grease in the skid, so he must be just about done with it. Sure is looking good. Everything looks so nice on it now. I'm fighting with the front end. This sled did not have Fox shocks on it, so some of the things you gotta go in and clearance the shock bodies down. Let me get this. Got to clearance the shock body in here. You got to clearance the bracket a little bit back there. Yeah, I thought in '93, the '93 specials, I didn't think there was any difference with the trailing arms and stuff, but these Fox shocks are not fitting in. And I'm having a struggle, but I'm getting it. But I had to do quite a bit of clearancing down in here on the aluminum bodies. These are just my setup shocks. I'm actually going to be running these. So I'm going to have to go back and clearance this on these set of shocks. I wanted to run these. These are only a snitch longer, but they're a lot easier to adjust the spring rate than on these ones. So I opt to have this set of shocks done too. If they don't work, I can switch these ones back in. But I'd rather run these because I said it's so much adjustment and so much easier to adjust by just twisting the shock. So hopefully those work. We'll get back at it here. Kind of at a slow down process right now, trying to make these shocks fit in. Well, the front suspension's still fighting me. I don't know why. I don't know. Once I figure everything out, I'll explain it, I'm sure, at the end of this video, but it is still just absolutely battling me. Trenton's working on getting some of the handlebar stuff put together. He's putting the master cylinder back on. We're switching over to a stainless brake line, so we're putting appropriate fittings in that I got from Speedway and Amazon or something. So that's an 1/8 inch pipe to a -3 fitting up here. 1/8 inch pipe, -3 on your master cylinder. 7/16 inverted flare to a -3 on this side to run your braided line. And I just got the braided line off Amazon too. There's other places that sell a whole kit, but actually nobody had a kit in stock. So I just went ahead and ordered up individual pieces so I could just put it together myself. So if you want to do it, 7/16 inverted flare to -3, 1/8 inch pipe, -3. Hope you all caught that if you're looking to do it. And I just get a 36 inch braided line with a 90 on one end, straight on the other end. Trenton's got it in his hand right here. Let's see the ends on there, Trenton. So yeah, I got a 90 on the one end and a straight on the other end. Well, we'll keep battling. All right, let's do some tube rivets. Trenton, let me see a rivet. Got these from Leaders. They're even black. Tube rivet. We put the brackets back on. We just put a couple 1/4 bolts in there to hold the bracket in place. I made this for the end of my air gun. I go on the other side And that mushrooms it out. And I also made this, the hold on the head, all nice and polished out. We used this when we built Jason with all those polished rivets, but we're doing painted ones now. It does kind of, it mars up the paint a little bit, but I don't care. Here's a little tip for you. If you're doing this by yourself, or even if you're helping put a skid in, I get a floor jack involved. I get it right on the corner of the track. Get your first bolt in up here, and then you send somebody down low. And it's pretty easy to get it all lined up real good with the floor jack by picking it up and down, getting it lined up with the holes down there. And if you're doing it all by yourself, this is super easy this way. And then you just swing it in, undo your springs, swing it in, put your rear bolts in. All right, I think we're gonna have to call that a day. We've been out here all day. We did a little bit last night, not much. So it's Saturday, and this is where we got today. The skid is done, the skid is in. Chain case is all buttoned up, front suspension's all in. Not completely 100% yet, because we gotta put the belly pan on, so we gotta take the rear of the trailing arms off yet, so it's not 100% up here. This rod, now I did some measuring and put everything together, went over and grabbed my alignment rod. It's a 5/8 rod. You slide it through your spindles. The whole idea is to get this 0 degrees is what the book was saying on this year chassis, 0 degrees. Then you slide your rod through, and depending on how your rod sits is how you adjust whatever spindle you have to adjust. I slid the rod in. I was pushing it from over there, and it almost went into the hole without me even guiding it. I looked at Trenton. I said, I'm just that good. No, I did a lot of measuring before I put everything in, and it lined up. So you get your two sides lined up, and then you can adjust your steering, your toe in afterwards. But that's to set this. So that's all set. And once we get it down on the floor, get some weight on it, with the skis on it, then we'll set the toe in and stuff with the track. But so that looking good. I had bigger goals. I thought we'd be further today, but I'm happy with our progress. Seems like Trenton's still working. He says, I'm done, and it looks like he's going to do something on the hood yet. So a lot of setbacks today. I don't care how good we are at putting all of our parts together when we're tearing something apart. We always can't find stuff. We spend more time doing laps in here trying to find stuff and it's like, oh, here it is, right where it should have been. And it made sense that's where we put it, but we couldn't find it for the life of us. So tomorrow will be another day. My goal for tomorrow is belly pan, skis, ski alignment, gas tank mounted, and I'll possibly even get the cover stapled on to the seat. That's my goals for tomorrow. That's pretty much a roller at that point. I got to build the engine. E&I Motorsports in Michigan so generously donated a top end kit and a gasket set for that engine. Thank you very much, E&I. I'll put how to get a hold of them in the description. I know it's hard to find on the TV, but if you just use your remote and click down, you can click over, click on my channel, and you can. I watch YouTube on TV all the time too, and it is tough. You can't see the comments. There's a lot of things you can't see because you're watching on TV, but you can find it if you go searching for it. And once you figure out how to do it, it's no problem. I even finally figured it out. So I'll put all their information for E&I, but we'll tack it again tomorrow. Okay, it's Sunday morning. Just got done finishing installing the seat cover and a set of WedgeLife98.com heat transfer decals. What a custom look. You won't find them. They're custom made just for this build. Looks so cool. Just love it. Absolutely love it. So next thing I'm going to do now is I just actually took the bolts out of the rear of the trailing arms. I'm going to finish mounting the shocks, slide the belly pan on. Trenton had to make a parts run. We needed a hold down for the front of the seat and the tank. So he went, I was gonna fab one, but I reached out to a couple of my part out buddies and one of them had one. So I'm like, let's just go get one. We'll clean it up, stick it on here. Just caught out of the corner of my eye. The skis. Here's the lowdown on the skis. The wear rod and the 3 nuts weigh just shy of 2 pounds. I got a scale over there. I weighed them. The skis itself, bare aluminum ski, 4.5 pounds. Fully dressed ski with the bottom installed, 8.5 pounds total. Total weight on it, 8.5 pounds. I weighed a steel ski, no wear bar, no ski skin bottom, 8.5 pounds for a bare steel ski. So if you add everything else, let me do some quick math in my head, 4 more pounds on top of that, a steel ski would be 12.5 pounds total. So total of 8 pounds saving on the front of the sled by going to a set of aluminums wrapped with the bottoms. So there they are. Everything looks minty. They should be on today. I'm hoping this thing is actually sitting on the floor today. With sitting on the floor. I'm hoping it's got a lot to do yet. And it's almost noon. And I don't want to work all day again on it. But the seat took me a lot longer than I thought. I've spent hours working on the seat. And like I said, I just got it done right now. So we'll move on to the belly pan now. Snap of a fingers, belly pan's back on. Trailing arms are permanently attached now. Everything's in. The shocks fought me to the bitter end. Oh, I'm so glad I'm finally done with that. Belly pan's on. Trenton went and dug out a couple secondaries. He's going to, must have put them in the parts washer. No? Oh, he's warming them up. He just went outside in the shed and dug them out. So he's warming up a couple secondaries over here. We're gonna put an adjustable secondary on. The original secondary is not adjustable, but we're gonna use the guts from there, put in the other secondary. I'm gonna do my ski bolt bushing mod here. I've showed this before on my videos, but I'll show you again. This is a good little tip. You can just grind a little slot right down the bushing. This one, they're the old ones, but I don't see anything wrong with them. They weren't wore out, they weren't stuck in. The bolt still fits tight, they still fit tight in the spindle. I'm gonna reuse them, but I'm gonna do this. Grind that little groove down it, somewhere for the grease to get into. Now I'm gonna drill a hole. That way the grease can go out through here and get everywhere around your ski bolt bushing and inside around the bolt with that hole. So that's what I like to do. I think it helps. Can't hurt. Okay, we'll just drill whatever I have for a drill bit here. Looks like maybe a 1/4 of an inch. I gotta grab a pair of vice grips. Hang on. I'm all about living life dangerously, but trying to hang on to a bushing and drill at the same time, I'd rather have a pair of vice grip on it. Wing ding a hole in here. Give somewhere where the grease to go in, grease that bolt inside of your spindle bushing. Well, it's Sunday afternoon. We're at a good point to stop. I'd really like to try and get the video all together and get it out yet today. Hopefully it happens. If not, it'll be Monday. But we kicked some butt on this thing this weekend. Very happy about the progress. We got it to a roller. And that was my goal by the end of the weekend, was to have it to a roller. We're at the point now we got to build the engine and go through clutches and then final assembly. And I think my goal of having it running by next weekend, I think we're completely on track right now. We want to bring it up first part of January, do some test rides on it. So we're there. The seat's looking amazing. Everything's looking amazing. The skis are on it now. Oh man, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Everything is just looking absolutely gorgeous. So happy with our progress. Again, thumbs up, please. That costs you nothing. Subscribe if you're watching my videos. That doesn't cost you anything either. And please, this week's comment challenge. What is your current snowmobile you're riding? Or what was your past snowmobile, your last sled you had? Because like I said, I know some of you watch that don't have snowmobiles anymore. And I really appreciate everybody watching and viewing. But please give me a thumbs up and list what you're currently riding or what your past snowmobiles were. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Once again, wedgelife98.com if you're looking for heat transfer decals for your seats. Oh, they look amazing on there. Shane custom made these ones for me. He's always so great about our builds, and he gives me them custom little touches that I can't do. I can't do that. I don't know how he does it, but every time I ask for something custom, he comes up with it. So that's really cool. Thank you very much, Shane, for all your support on our builds. So that's it for this weekend, guys. Yeah, tune in next weekend. Hopefully we're putting fire in the hole.